The most smartest phone, Samsung, is finally here. Both phones' base model are starting off at $1199 for the 256 GB base model. Looking at the design, it is truly Titan versus Titan. Samsung just did a lot better when it comes to the colors, despite Samsung clearly did better, and they do offer 3 more color Apple, which are kind of bland in my opinion, except natural titanium, which I like a bit on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Both are incredibly premium. The S24 Ultra is a proper boxy phone, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a bit rounded, which could be a little bit more comfortable to hold compared to the S25 Ultra. I personally really like the squared look of the S24 Ultra. Both use titanium on the side, but unlike Apple Galaxy S24 Ultra is not any lighter than last year's model. So it's about 10G more in terms of weight compared to the 15 Pro Max, considering these are big phones again. This is an added advantage for the iPhone 15 Pro Max when it comes to the display. Samsung has done is Samsung's first flagship phone in almost a decade to have a proper flat display, ditching the curved screen compared to 7-inch display of the 15 Pro Max. It's not just the inches. The big difference is in terms of the brightness. We've got 2600 nits of brightness on the S24 Ultra compared to 2000 nits on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, providing a massive boost when it comes to direct sunlight overall. Both display are really good, but as always when we are comparing display on Samsung and the latest iPhone, it all comes down to the aesthetics, and by that, I mean dynamic island versus the punch hole. The punch hole takes less space. So once again, it's going to have an upper hand when it comes to having that more of a uninterrupted look, especially when watching Netflix. On the other hand, dynamic island does have some cool UI functions, especially considering the live activity feature. It's also where we see Apple Face ID, whereas Samsung has their under-display fingerprint scanner now. Both phones are just super fast Snapdragon Agent 3 on the S24 Ultra versus Apple A17 Pro. On the iPhone 15 Pro Max, according to the Geekbench 5 CPU scores, the A17 Pro is still a little bit faster than the S24 Ultra's AG Gen 3, but the S24 Ultra class back with a faster GPU for gaming. I mean, gone is the time where Apple was leagues ahead of Samsung. Things are now pretty much neck and neck. But hold on, this time it's not just the power comparison, but the brands of the beast. That is, Samsung has finally unleashed their AI magic, which is Galaxy AI, something Apple has yet to do. We still have iOS 17 on the iPhone 15 series, whereas Samsung is bringing One US 6.1 with the entire Galaxy S24 series, with a range of exciting AI features. For example, Live Translate, which is just straight up black magic. I mean, it can translate any language in real time on a call to the other person, while also translate their language in your language, not only in just text form, but also in voice form. And what groundbreaking is that this is on device AI feature, meaning no internet connection is needed, and it works exactly as Samsung said. Other than this, features like intelligent writing, which helps you write better messages and notes with the help of change your writing styles and tone from professional to casual, which is such a good thing to have for emails and other conversation. There's also an on-device interpreter that does not need internet. It can translate any sported language in real time. Galaxy AI can also summarize web pages. Again, the list goes on and on. The thing is, these AI features could be quite useful to a lot of people, and they kind of make iPhone look a bit outdated. iOS 18 is confirmed to feature a lot of new AI feature, but it won't be ready until the iPhone 16 series. So Samsung is clearly ahead of Apple when it comes to the AI game. Now, we may not have AI on iOS, but we do have proper console games. Again, this may not be important to a lot of people, but Apple literally have PS5 quality console Ps for the iPhone 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max that you can download and play right away. As of now, Samsung hasn't announced any of the console game happens now. Perhaps the number one reason why anyone would spend extra money on an Ultra or a Pro phone is the camera. And well, this is where Vertical Bar believe Samsung could have done better. The Galaxy S24 Ultra still pees the same camera hardware as the S23 Ultra, just like the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which has the same camera hardware as the 14 Pro Max. Both of these companies have a major change to their long-range zoom. Apple went from 3x to a 5x lens, whereas Samsung went from a 10x to a 5x lens. But no, it's not a downgrade at all. It's actually better and a bigger sensor than the previous model, and it has 50 megapixel resolution, a lot more than the 12 megapixel of the 15 Pro Max. The S24 Ultra still does optical quality 10x zoom, beating last year model in terms of low light situation, and also still sporting 100x digital zoom. 100x with massive improvements to stabilization as well, considering how 23 Ultra already defeated Apple in term of 10x. We get an additional 3x zoom on the S23 Ultra once again. Samsung is portraits as well as normal photos, which is actually the same sensor as the one on the S23 Ultra once again. Samsung is proving that they have most versatile camera system on a phone now, where Samsung could have done better compared to Apple when it comes to battery life. This is where I have to say hats off, both Samsung and Apple. They have been so good. The S24 Ultra with its 5000 mAh cell can make an even more of a difference. But considering the overall battery timing, both phones are just really good. So where's the verdict? So like and subscribe for more info.